Paul McCann here. I'd like to introduce you to another 5 common poetry structures. This first one is called the haiku. This structure poetry is made up of 3 lines that use a specific number of syllables to portray the meaning of the poem. The first line has 5 syllables, the second line 7 syllables, and the third line has 5 syllables. This structure was first used by monks in Tibet, who, whilst adhering to vows of silence, they would write a piece of haiku and pass it on to another brother monk, who would read that and then answer that haiku with another one of his own. Non-verbal communication through poetry. Isn't it brilliant? Some people have stated that the haiku should portray the theme of nature. I've got 2 examples of the haiku today: Wildflowers and Freshly Fallen. Wildflowers by Paul McCann. The forest flowers, so wild, yet so beautiful, so beautifully wild. Freshly Fallen by Paul McCann. Snow lay on the street. It crunched underneath my feet. Footprints in the snow. The second structure today on the presentation is alliteration. This is a structure that allows the repetition of the same letter with each word and allows a consonant sound to come through in the piece. My example here is Dancing Dolphins. Dancing Dolphins by Paul McCann. Those tidal thoroughbreds that tango through the turquoise tide, their taut tails thrashing, they twist in tribute to the Titans. They twirl through the trek, tumbling towards the tide, throwing themselves towards those theatrical thespians. Bit of a tongue twister, those ones. The next structure on today's presentation is cinquain. Cinquain is a structure that uses syllables and follows certain rules. Line 1 has 2 syllables that introduces the topic. Line 2 has 4 syllables that says something on the topic. Line 3 has 6 syllables. It tells how it feels. Line 4 has 8 syllables, still on the topic. And line 5 has 2 syllables that finishes the topic. I've got 2 examples of cinquain: Green-Eyed and Greedy and Football. Green-Eyed and Greedy by Paul McCann. Envy, a loss of self, the rape of innocence. What's mine's mine, what's yours is your own. Pity. Football by Paul McCann. Football, a game of skill, being part of the team. It's a way of life to enjoy. Play on. The next structure in today's presentation is Tyburn. Tyburn is a structure, lovely little one. It's a bit complex, but it's a nice structure. The first 4 lines of the poem rhyme and are descriptive words. The last 2 lines of the poem rhyme and contain the first, second, third, and fourth lines, or I should say 4th words, of the poem. My example is Graffiti Backdrops by Paul McCann. Steamy, dreamy, creamy, greeny. In graffiti's steamy, dreamy scrawls, words are left on creamy, greeny walls. The last structure in today's presentation is terza rima. The rules that apply with terza rima have a pattern of rhyme and follow this definition. Lines 1 and 3 rhyme, lines 2, 4, and 6 rhyme, line 5 rhymes with 7 and 9, and the poem then continues in this sequence. My example here is Let Your Love Be. Let Your Love Be by Paul McCann. Let your love be in me like a natural thing. Let your love be a flower let it grow in me. Love be a bird in my heart, and with a song to sing. Let your love be a desert as dry as can be. Let your love be the rain pouring down from the sky. Let your love be a storm, let it rise up in me. Let your love be the sunshine, a glow in my eye. Let your love be a rainbow for the world to see. Love be everywhere with me, love never die. Love be here with me, wherever that place shall be. This is the end of this presentation on another 5 common poetry structures. And I'd like to thank you for making the time to visit here. I hope you can return again for another look at more common poetry structures.